Mahatma Gandhi, throughout his journey, has set up many ashrams, but the one being most famous among all was the Sabarmati Ashram in Gujarat. The Sabarmati Ashram has been the witness of the Dandi March, which led to the start of the civil disobedience movement and the popularly known as Salt Satyagrah. Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha, and in today's episode we will be talking about the Gandhi Ashram Restoration Project. So the restoration project of the famous Sabarmati Ashram. So first of all, about the points of discussion. First we'll be looking at the news, then the proposed master plan for the Sabarmati Ashram. So what is the master plan for the restoration? Then the Gandhi Ashram at Sabarmati, addition to the existing ashram, what all will be added in the master plan or within the restoration project. In the end, a prelims practice question. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 1, that is history, specifically modern history. So let's begin. The news talks about simplicity and modernization, what the redeveloped Sabarmati Ashram seeks to achieve. So the redevelopment of the Sabarmati Ashram is at point. So the 12th of March marked the 94th anniversary of the Dandi March that began from the Sabarmati Ashram. So on this occasion, Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi performed the Ashram Bhumi Vandana at the Sabarmati Ashram in Gujarat. So the symbolic laying of the foundation stone unveiled the master plan of rupees 1200 crore Gandhi Ashram Memorial and present development project. So there are two projects under it. One is the development project and the other is the memorial. So the setting up of the memorial, where all the things related to the Indian national struggle and Mahatma Gandhi will be there, and then the restoration project or the development project, where many other things apart from the things which are already present will be set up and will be made. Then the Prime Minister also inaugurated the redeveloped Pocharab Ashram from Ahmedabad. So this is also one of the ashram which was set up by Mahatma Gandhi. So it was also inaugurated by the Prime Minister. Now let's talk about the proposed master plan for the Sabarmati Ashram. Now let's talk about the master plan. So the plan has been prepared by the Ahmedabad based HCP Design Planning and Management Private Limited, and the master plan proposes to restore, conserve and rebuild about half of the 63 structures that existed in the original ashram. See, the original ashram and the restoration of the ashram or the redevelopment of the ashram. So the original ashram, that is around 63 structures are present. So out of those 63 structures, about half of the structures, that you can say is around 31 to 32 structures, will be restored, they will be conserved and they will be rebuilt. It means restoration will be done, redevelopment will be done of these structures. Then the area is spread over 120 acres of land on the banks of the Sabarmati river on the outskirts of Ahmedabad city. River, you have to remember that it is situated on the bank of the Sabarmati river, and that is why it is also known as the Sabarmati Ashram. Then it is spread over, the area is 120 acres and around 36 buildings will be restored. So that is more than half of what was there, that was 63 structures. So the new memorial will be spread over 55 acres and the entire precinct will be sprawl over 322 acres. So if we talk about memorial in particular, so that will be in 55 acres and the development project will spread over 322 acres. Gandhi Ashram at Sabarmati. So Mahatma Gandhi in total has set up around 5 settlements during his lifetime, and there were 2 in South Africa, and they are Phoenix and Tolstoy Farm. So Phoenix Farm and Tolstoy Farm. And this question can also be asked, that which was the first ashram or which was the first farm to be developed by Mahatma Gandhi. if it is not specifically asked that in India, so first is, you can say, Phoenix. So you will have to be very specific and be very clear and alert with this, because the examiner can trick you over here. It can be said that the first ashram built by Mahatma Gandhi in India or in South Africa, or the first ashram built by Mahatma Gandhi. So if in India, you have to talk about specifically from India's perspective, in South Africa specifically from South Africa's perspective, and if it is nothing is given, then the first date, then you have to look at the date that which was built earlier has to be the right answer. So 2 was in South Africa and there were 3 in India. So the settlements were places of continuous experiment and search. Experiment to achieve independence for India from the Britishers. It was a long struggle, and in that struggle for independence for India from the British, so the continuous experiment and search was done, and this was thought to be a place of continuous experiment and search where the research or the search can be done. So Gandhi set up the first ashram in Ahmedabad in Kocharab in 1915. So first ashram was set up in Ahmedabad. Then in the year 1917, Gandhi founded the ashram at Sabarmati. So Sabarmati ashram was set up in the year 1917 on the bank of the Sabarmati river, and this space was designed by Mahatma Gandhi himself and was built using local material. So the local material of the place was used to build the ashram and spent the most time here. So Mahatma Gandhi has spent most of his time at the Sabarmati ashram, and it was also the cradle of the 8 major movements related to India's struggle for independence. So the Sabarmati ashram has seen around 8 movements which took place in the process of getting India's independence. Then, apart from the Dandi March that Gandhi began from the Sabarmati ashram in 1930, Gandhi also launched the Champaran Satyagraha in the year 1917, the Ahmedabad Mill Strike and Kheda Satyagraha in 1918, the Khadi movement in 1918, Rowlatt Act and the Khilafat movement in 1919, and the non-cooperation movement in 1920 while living in the Sabarmati. And then the famous Dandi March or the Salt Satyagraha in 1930 that led to the civil disobedience movement also. So Sabarmati ashram has witnessed all these movement, all these struggles or all these satyagrahas. Now what will be the addition to the existing ashram? So what will be added in the restoration project or the redevelopment project? So the redeveloped memorial and precinct will have an orientation center where everything will be told about that what new things has been done. A scholar's residency will be there. Parking area will be there so that anyone who comes to visit the space, the parking should not be a problem. Water harvesting pond will be there. Souvenirs shops, 2 exhibition areas, cafeteria, workshop area, and a grand entrance plaza. It means that anyone who is coming to see the place will not be having any kind of problem. So this will also lead to will also play a major role in increasing the tourism sector there, because the addition of cafeteria, workshop area, entrance plaza, exhibition areas, so all these things will lead to people coming to visit the redeveloped ashram. Now in the end, a prelims practice question, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. So Mahatma Gandhi started which of the following movement from the Sabarmati ashram? Quit India movement, Kheda Satyagraha, non-cooperation movement, or the Dandi March? So tell me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe. and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.